Hello, it's Divu and Spay, and we are back with another video. What are we doing today?
So, in keeping up with the themes of politics, there's another interview that I just saw about a few days ago that I would like us to talk about. Ace Magashule said some very interesting statements.
Oh my goodness.
But let's check out this video first.
Yeah.
And then you let me know what you think about what he said.
Okay, cool.
We are going to win. We are going to win elections. Very confident. There's not going to be any rigging of elections. Our eyes are going to be open because we know. I've been part of the ANC. We know what's going to happen. And all as black parties, we have met and we have agreed that we are not going to allow any elections to be rigged.
Have you rigged elections before while you were still in the ANC?
No. Now that you see what the ANC is saying, it says if ANC is not in power, people are not going to get their social grants. People are not going to get 350. So 350 is meant for black people. Black people must live on 350. How much is food? Can you spend 350 and eat the whole week? So 17 million or whatever number of our people, 7 million, 8 million, they are receiving 350 because we are black. Our color is something else. That's why I think the ANC needs mental consciousness. Move away from black consciousness now and have mental consciousness. And our people need to have mental consciousness. They need not to be deceived and be lied to that people are corrupt and all that and all that. Vote for ACT wherever you are in South Africa.
What are your thoughts on what he just said?
Oh my goodness. Does the ANC or ANC members, I feel like they're all just exposing themselves. They're all just exposing themselves about the stuff that they've been doing. Like, about the votes.
So, for those who don't know, Ace Magashule is a former Secretary General of the ANC, and he was a former Premier of the Free State, I think, of the ANC. And he got caught up in the whole scandal of 250 million asbestos tender, where apparently he stole the money and chowed it for himself. And then that's how he got kicked out of the ANC, because they literally found out about his asbestos scandal. And then he got kicked out of the ANC there, and then he formed his own party called ACT. Yeah. So Ace was a very high-ranking ANC official, high-ranking member. He was like Secretary General.
Yes.
So when he says he knows the ANC, when he says he knows the ANC, he knows the ANC very well.
So him knowing the ANC, and he makes a remark like that, of like, this year we're gonna make sure, you know, that the votes don't get rigged. What are you saying?
Yeah, it seemed like he was insinuating.
The ladies heard that immediately. The journalist heard that immediately and was like, so what are you saying? Are you saying that this happened? And then he didn't answer the question, right? He didn't answer the question. He moved away from the question, but brought in a valid point as well about the whole 350 situation. But hey, let's rewind a bit. What is he saying there?
Yeah. So if you notice, like when the journalist asked him, like he was gonna answer, and then he thought, and
like,
then he was like,
no, there's no way I can answer this without incriminating.
He literally deflected and answered about something else that he wasn't even asked.
Have you rigged elections before while you were still in the ANC?
No. Now that you see what the ANC is saying.
So that should tell us something. If you can't answer that without incriminating, you know, himself or the ANC, then that should mean that the answer is not a good answer.
So what these former ANC members fail to understand is that they were part of the problem.
Exactly.
Right? They were all part of the problem. They were eating and they were enabling this criminal organization that they
were part of the whole syndicate. It's just like the pastor situation and the churches and all the people who were helping those pastors and all of that. Like, I mean, I love it. I love the fact that they're exposing themselves. I actually wish that they'd be more open. So, like, more open about these things. And I don't know, but they won't do that because they'll have to suffer consequences for it if they do, and if we do hold them accountable. But yeah, it's good that they're actually exposing themselves.
So yeah, it is good that these former ANC members is exposing the ANC
Yeah.
for the criminal activities that they've been doing. It's good so that the people can see, okay.
And the timing is
ANC.
perfect before we go into elections.
So it's good that, like, as I was saying, it's good that people are exposing ANC as a criminal organization that it is, and showing all the activities that they be doing.
Yeah.
But what people need to realize is that, like I was saying, that these people were part of the problem. They understand exactly how the ANC worked, and they're also as corrupt as the ANC is. So it wouldn't make sense that you leave the ANC and then now you go vote for ACT. Forgetting that Ace was also eating,
part of.
He was eating 250.
So when did you grow a conscience? When did you decide now? Apart from obviously you being chased out or left for whatever reason, when did you suddenly grow a conscience from? Because we know you were part of the situation. We know you were part of the problem. So when suddenly did you become a new person? And honestly, I do believe in people being able to change. I do believe that. I
People
do.
are too old to change. That's the problem. They're not kids anymore. Whatever. They're not making mistakes. They know exactly what they're doing. They're old.
I think a lot of how people were taken by the whole, like, not excusing, but I think a lot of, like, black people, especially the ones that went into power, were just taken by the whole thing that, oh, now we got money, they got excited.
The problem is you're old.
Yeah,
this is
you
what,
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
This is what makes it like so set in stone. It's like one but like they old. It's not like a kid that's new and gets mesmerized by glitz and glamour. These people are old. They've been doing this for a while even.
Absolutely.
So you can't be like, you must. I'm sure he's changed now because he's out of the ANC or whatever. Like you literally said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, that's true.
Corrupt, especially at that age. So who is here now? He's probably one of the like most corrupt people who have come out of the ANC recently. So it wouldn't make sense that you leave the ANC and then you go vote for someone that you know is corrupt as well. It just wouldn't make sense. Like all these people that have come out of the ANC.
And for the mere fact that he exposed that thing by mistake and still doesn't want to speak on it, right? Shows you that he could probably also want to use some tactics that he was taking from the ANC because he's still protecting it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was just a slip of the tongue. Like him saying that, saying the thing about the votes. I do trust that this year's elections could go fairly. I don't think ANC would get away with, with messing up votes and rigging votes in this election.
But it recently came out now that the IEC has disqualified Jacob Zuma for running for president because he has a criminal record, which is quite hypocritical. Considering that Gayton has a criminal record,
but he hasn't been stopped.
He's running
and
also before as well. Zuma had a criminal record before he became president. But now they're trying to stop him.
Now it's a new standard.
So it shows you good to now the IEC as well is also a bit captured, and it's also trying to.
To try
eliminate any issues that the ANC
competition
might have. So you can just see what's now. If the IEC is captured like this, they might try.
So it does show you that the ANC is really threatened by Zuma and the MK party.
Okay, let's move on to the second point. Ace's second point in terms of like
the 350. I love that point. Of course, like honestly, now. That 350 situation really angered me, but I understand. Like at the time, you know what, 350 was better than 0. You know what I'm saying? No. And I thought it was because of the COVID situation now, because funds are being exhausted elsewhere and with medical whatevers. That could have been an excuse, Nyana. But now, what's the excuse of giving people 350s to live on?
It just goes back to what we were saying in the previous video where the ANC doesn't solve the core issue. Just put a band-aid over just to absolve you of the pain.
Absolutely.
But they just want to keep the status quo as it is. So obviously they want people to be dependent on them to get those votes. And also, Ramaphosa was recently gloating about millions of people getting the grant as if it was an achievement. I do agree with Ace's statements about the 350. That it's wrong, and showing that okay, the government thinks black people are worth 350.
Imagine.
which is wrong.
Imagine.
And
honestly.
they're not solving the core problem of like creating
No.
jobs.
And they're not even speaking about that. They're not even like it's not even on the agenda, if we be honest. Like it's not even on the agenda.
So there's a lot wrong with the ANC, but it's great that we're seeing like former ANC members exposing them
Yeah.
for the criminal organization
That they are.
It's very good. But you guys let us know what you think about what Ace just said right now.
Honestly.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.
There's not going to be any rigging of elections. Our eyes are going to be open because we know, I've been part of the ANC, we know what's going to happen.